What got you back in the game, guys? And what do you wish you could have started earlier?
I think in the first half, the environment kind of shocked some of us. I think we played harder in the second half. We made the right reads in the second half. I feel like they outworked us in the first half, and that was the story of the game. We couldn't come back in the second half, even though I thought we played pretty well in the second half. I'm proud of the way we played.
Braden, I think you only had one turnover today, but the turnovers in the first half, obviously a big difference there. What was going wrong there in the first half with all the turnovers?
Definitely turnovers suck. I mean, obviously it just leads to their offense. I think at the end of the day, that one turnover cost us. I feel like we had it there to win it, and the one time we needed to win, and I turned it over. So I mean, I got to be better on my part and move on.
What were you seeing when you drove the baseline there?
Well, the play right before that, I saw Mason in the corner. He was wide open, and he was there open again for a split second. I just held on to it too long, and he got there.
Just to clarify, that was one play, obviously in a big moment, but every play is big in a game like this. I had too many turnovers in the first half. I didn't come out with the energy I needed. Obviously, that's a big play, and people might look at that, but you can point out 3 or 4 plays by everyone that could have made up that one possession. So it's not just on him, it's on the entire team.
Is that the lesson out of this game?
Yeah, whenever you win in close games or lose in close games, obviously you look at every possession, you look at how you could have done better. I got in foul trouble in the first half. I feel like I could have played more, I could have affected the game more in the first half if I hadn't done that. I gotta be more disciplined, I gotta be smarter. Obviously when you win by one possession, it feels great, but when you lose by one possession, it feels awful. But both games, you just look at one possession, that's the story of the game.
David, you were one of several guys in that second unit that got some good minutes tonight. What was it about that group that we were able to come in and kind of gel when you needed to, particularly in the second half there?
I mean, sense of urgency at the end of the day. We knew that we had to come out the first 5 minutes in the second half and really come out throw the first punch. And that's when the starters always at the bench. We all knew that, and I just wanted to make sure when whoever came out from the starting group, we weren't missing a beat. And I kind of make sure I spread that word throughout the whole bench, really. But you know, I feel like second half we did pick it up, but I mean, obviously it was a big gap to fill, so it's kind of hard when we got to play catch up.
David, how does this team not let this loss become 2 or 3 losses in a row? Obviously, you take the lessons here and try to get better for this week.
Yeah, I mean, we don't lose, we learn at the end of the day, man. I mean, and to piggyback what Zach said, like Braden threw a turn at the end of the game, but that didn't mean anything. Like we didn't lose off that one possession. There was a couple. Even when I first got in the first half, I should have dribbled all the way down to Trey, and I threw a turnover in the post. Like there's a lot of things that we could say and pinpoint certain things, but I just like how we handled adversity at the end of the day. We came back and responded in the second half, and we're going to respond to this loss as well going into these next few games. So and we'll be ready for them when they come back to Mackey.
David, Coach Painter mentioned some turnovers. There's a lack of concentration. Just wondering, obviously that's a mental thing. How do you adjust to that? How do you force yourself to concentrate more when it's not there early on?
Yeah, I mean, he's right. I mean, usually when you throw a turnover, it is a lack of concentration. I mean, obviously there's certain times in the game where it could be, accidental, but I mean, at the end of the day, when you throw a turnover, you're locked in much more. You don't want to do that same thing. Like I said, when I threw the turnover in the post, I made sure I dribbled all the way down and get it in. But I think one thing we could have worked on too is like we could have froze their hands to throw it in the post a little more because they were kind of jumping on passes when we throw it in. So, but I mean, turnovers happen, but we'll learn from them and we're gonna be better next game.
David, you're a veteran of college basketball. What do you say about this rivalry between IU and Purdue?
Yeah, I mean, I'm new to the rivalry, but I mean, obviously you could tell how intense it was. They came out ready to go. I don't think we came out as ready as they did. But again, man, we're gonna learn from this at the end of the day. Like no matter what, we're gonna be ready for them when they come to Mackey, and we're gonna make sure we go to practice and do the same things we usually do. But we know if we play harder any team, we can, compete with the best of them.
Right. One of the great things about this rivalry is it's played twice every year. You're gonna get another shot at these guys in 3 weeks. Tell us what you're gonna take from today's experience that's gonna help you 3 weeks from today.
I think just all around, just like they said, just the turnovers. I think that's what screwed us the most. They got more possessions than we did. I think at the end of the day, if we take care of the ball, get it where it needs to be, we'll be really successful. So kind of just focus on that.
One more?
Zach, what does it leave you feeling when they storm the court at the end of the game and you lose to your rival? as number one?
I'm used to it by now. Every game I've lost in the last 2 years, I've got the court stormed. Besides 2 at home, obviously. It's not an unfamiliar feeling. It sucks every single time, but I'm kind of getting used to it, I guess. But obviously, you don't want to lose on away games. You want to keep winning on away games. We've done a pretty good job of that for the most part this season. But it's a sign of respect when teams storm the court because that means they're very, very excited to beat you.
Thank you.
Touch on that, it's gonna be fuel to our fire.